Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of The Right Wife. Before we get into the episode, I wanted to finish my cup of coffee here, so don't mind me. And while I'm doing that, why don't you take a look at a clip of something that happened in the office just the other day.
A handsome man joining me in the office today.
Oh, yes, indeed. I'm going to be a writer.
That's right. You already are a writer.
This thing has multitasking. It says a multitasking option.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what you're in. I will have to see. And I will finish.
Remember, I'm a guy. Multitasking is not in my dictionary.
I love you. I will help you, dear.
Okay, we're in the office now. Went ahead and lit my incense. We're doing cinnamon today. They say that cinnamon is supposed to inspire creativity, so we'll see. Why not? Couldn't hurt. Go ahead and put that back up there. Now, you may be wondering why I showed you that clip, and quite simply, it is to let you know that anybody can be a writer. It doesn't take much to sit down and put pen to paper or hands to keyboard and come up with something. The kicker is not everybody can become a published writer, because for that you need a certain set of skills that will help you get your work published. You know, it's one thing to write something and another thing to get it in print, in a commercial, a song, a newspaper, an online article. Yes, there are self-publishing routes that people can take, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to get paid for their writing. So what kind of skill sets do you need to become a published writer? Quite simply, I'm going to go ahead and go through a list today and give you a general idea of what skills you'll need in order to be successful. If you Google it, it tells you that you need a bachelor's degree in journalism or mass communication, some excellent grammar and writing skills, and a couple of other things. I agree with this definition in part. A bachelor's degree is extremely helpful. However, you can actually make money writing without having a college degree. It is extremely helpful, though. So I would recommend that if you are seriously considering a freelance writing career, that you do look into taking some college courses about communication, journalism, mass media, marketing. Marketing is extremely important. Salesmanship, grammar, and writing skills, definitely extremely important. It's also good to know how to research. You will be doing a lot of research in this job. And you also need to be very familiar with the world around you, depending on what niche you're writing for, and very familiar with writing style guides. What do I mean when I'm talking about writing style guides? I'll show you in just a moment. If you take a look at my bookcase here, at least part of my bookcase, you will see that I have several books that I keep on hand. There is the Yahoo Style Guide. That was extremely important when I wrote for Yahoo. The MLA Handbook. There's a Grammar and Composition Handbook. Thesaurus. Dictionary. All that good stuff. You, granted, can find this stuff online. Some of it, not the Yahoo Style Guide. But it is good to have it on hand. This way you can study it if you want, but if you find it online, by all means, go ahead and study them online. But you will need to know, also like AP Style Guide, you'll need to know that. These are all important factors that will influence your income making potential. Because imagine, when I was writing for Yahoo, they wanted their style guide used. So writing the article was one thing, but making sure it fit their format and had all of the things that they wanted required knowing what was in that book. So that'll give you, just an idea of how much you really do need to know in order to be a successful freelance writer. Now you may be wondering what the heck are in these style guides. If you're not familiar with style guides, that's a valid question. Basically, it's going to talk about how to format your text, keyword density, SEO, all of the things that you need to know for writing online. It's vastly different than other style guides like the one that I have on MLA. That is more for, the newspaper, magazine type industry. But there are some companies out there that are online that want their articles, blogs, etc. in MLA format. There's also ones that want it in AP format. You also have ones that want it translated into different languages, so you might need to write a bilingual article. And if you want to, make some serious money, you need to be able to provide those kinds of services to different companies. Like, for example, me, I know how to do some translation, and I am bilingual to some extent. I'm a better writer. I can write better in different languages than I can actually speak them. I have a hard time pronouncing different words. I don't know why, but I just do. So I can write in Spanish, but don't ask me to pronounce all of the words correctly. Now, as you can see by the front of the style guide, there are other things besides the SEO and text formatting and whatnot that I mentioned. You also need to know a little bit about code. Do you know what HTML is? Do you know about copyright protections? Do you know how to write in JavaScript? There's a lot of issues that have to be considered before you try writing for profit. So I would highly recommend that if you are considering a freelance writing career, that you go out and purchase some style guides or download them online. Either way, make yourself familiar, because let's face it, if you do go ahead and apply for a job and the client asks you to write in AP style or MLA style, you don't want to spend time trying to familiarize yourself with the style guide plus write the article and have everything in by deadline. It just might not happen. So it's better that you're familiar with all these different style guides before you go ahead and apply for the higher level positions.
Alright guys, that just about concludes today's video. If you have any questions, concerns, or want more information about today's topic, go ahead and let me know in the comments below, and I'll try to address your issues in the next video. Until then, keep on writing.